I'm Christopher Zweig, and this week on CJ at the Movies, I get reviews of new movies, including 2 film versions of TV shows like The Mandalorian and Jack Ryan, and new films directed by Boots Riley and Guy Ritchie. Let's take a look. Our first movie is The Mandalorian and Grogu, the feature-length theatrical version of the Star Wars series on Disney+, and though it plays like an extended episode, it still offers some fun energy and campy entertainment. Pedro Pascal reprises the title role as the bounty hunter who travels with his baby Yoda apprentice Grogu to rescue Jabba the Hutt's son Rada the Hutt from being imprisoned and soon screwed over. The bear himself, Jeremy Allen White, has his voice lowered as Rada, and he looks like if Adonis Creed had sex with his mom. Directed by the show's creator Jon Favreau, The Mandalorian and Grogu isn't as glorious as A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, or The Force Awakens because the story doesn't really justify the bounty hunter's complexity, but it still knows how to handle the character. Without spoiling anything for fans, you know his mask will be taken off, that he'll be screwed over, and how Grogu is by his side all the way through, and Pascal still delivers his series character as he makes the theatrical jump. I like to think this movie likes to be nostalgic and campy, which is enough to keep us going. We get a track that almost sounds like its own cover version of Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, as well as voice cameos from Martin Scorsese and Stephen McKinley Henderson, a sense of humor of Grogu, and a sewer ride that almost acts like the water slide in The Goonies. It's just fun to think about that, and even through its problems, this series to movies transition is still fun for fans, so see it. Our next movie is In the Gray, the latest movie from director Guy Ritchie, which I couldn't review on last week's show because the studio wouldn't screen it for us critics. Being a Ritchie film where he reunites with Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill, and Isai Gonzalez, we still had to see how it would play out, but it's too breezy and convoluted for its own good. Gonzalez plays a high debt collector, hiring 2 extraction specialists, played by Gyllenhaal and Cavill, to handle a plan to extract $1 billion debt from a corrupt businessman, played by Carlos Bardem, Javier's older brother, owed to a shady New York banker, played by Rosamund Pike. They have a team of professionals to help bankrupt the bad guy so a deal can be placed. Her plan is full of legal and illegal activities. Gyllenhaal and Cavill both have the kind of style and attitude to make them worthy of being in Danny Ocean's team in an Ocean's 11 sequel, and Gonzalez has a certain tone and consistency that improves on her last Ritchie role in Fountain of Youth, but the problem with this movie regards the exhaustion from examining the plot and not developing the characters. They seem recycled from better movies of the genre, and their plot seems too easy to be breezy and fun, and there's no humor or soundtrack to really elevate the caper. Even with a great cast and filmmaker, it's not really worth that trip to the theater, so skip it. Next up, Jack Ryan Ghost War, the feature-length version of Amazon Prime Video's hit series based on Tom Clancy's iconic character and once again starring John Krasinski as Jack, who is pulled into a mission that takes a different direction. The intel he was supposed to get regards a military group that his boss, Wendell has dealt with, and his former partner Max Beasley has reinstated it. Krasinski does a good job producing himself and portraying the Tom Clancy character with his charms and tone, and I like the supporting work from Pierce and Michael Kelly as their contractor, but the movie doesn't specialize in expanding on Krasinski's portrayal after the series ended in 2023. In fact, despite some talented writers he collaborates with, Aaron Rabin and Noah Oppenheim, the story is too convoluted and run-of-the-mill for its own good, so skip it. Next up, Tuner, a crime movie starring Leo Woodall as a young piano tuner with hyperacusis, which means he's allergic to loud noises. He wears earplugs and headphones over them when he's working and walking and driving around. One day, his mentor, Dustin Hoffman, ends up in the hospital and he can't afford his bills, so he ends up becoming a safecracker for a group of criminals who are immediately impressed with his talents. And then there's his new love interest, a piano student played by Havana Rose Liu, who is working on a masterpiece to impress the maestro Jean Reno. They meet when he tunes her school's piano and when he shares his keynotes, and little does she know that he gives her a stolen Rolex watch, which he says he bought from a state sale. We can already tell that the young man would be in danger when it comes to his new life of crime. I won't spoil what happens, but it can be very loud, and I want you to be as absorbed and shocked as I was. Tuner, co-written and directed by Canadian documentarian Daniel Rohar, has lesser commercial appeal under the distribution of Black Bear Pictures, but that doesn't mean it's not entertaining, because it is. It forgets the cliches of the police and their guns and the obligatory car chases, and focuses on how the young man enters the world of crime and how his condition makes things complicated. With some similar vibes of Good Will Hunting and Baby Driver, this is something to look forward to when it comes to your area, so see it. And our last movie is I Love Boosters, the latest surreal comedy from Sorry to Bother You filmmaker Boots Riley, and another entertaining example of how far he's willing to go to speak on important topics by acting like he comes from a parallel universe. I could say the same thing about Daniels, but that's another story. Keke Palmer, Naomi Ackie, and Taylor Page play a group of shoplifters known as boosters who steal expensive clothes and resell them at affordable prices. Their target is the retail franchise Metro Designer and its CEO, Demi Moore. The movie's star-studded cast also includes Lakeith Stanfield, Renfield as a sexy stud of sorts, Don Cheadle disguised by makeup as a motivational speaker, and Poppy Lou as another shoplifter who introduces to the boosters a device that can teleport, upgrade, or downgrade the stolen merchandise. For those of you who are expecting I Love Boosters to be like the Devil Wears Prada 2, get out of your comfort zone because this is wildly surreal and hilarious stuff blended well together in a margarita by Riley. I look for movies to take these kind of risks, and I don't care how moviegoers will take it. This is filled with unique color palettes, twisted visuals, a challenging story, and brilliant work from the likes of Palmer and Moore. So if you admire this kind of genre as much as I do, then see it. Recapping this week's new movies: thumbs up for The Mandalorian and Grogu, thumbs down for In the Gray, thumbs down for Jack Ryan Ghost War, thumbs up for Tuner, and thumbs up for I Love Boosters. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Swag. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies.